The vertebrates. Welcome to our exploration of the vertebrate world. This presentation will delve into the captivating diversity of these fascinating creatures, examining their unique adaptations and evolutionary history. What are vertebrates? The presence of the backbone is the common characteristic among vertebrates. The backbone provides axial support and houses the spinal cord. At the end of the spinal cord is the enlarged brain. Most animals you see around you are vertebrates: birds, cats, dogs, cows, lizards, frogs, and many more. Even humans are vertebrates. Since the vertebrate group is large and diverse, it can be subdivided into 5 groups: fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Fishes, masters of the aquatic realm. Fishes are vertebrates that live in water. They are cold-blooded animals, which means their temperature changes depending on the temperature of their surroundings. They have a body shape adapted for living and moving in aquatic habitats. Their bodies are protected with scales. The tail is used for locomotion, while fins are used for steering and maintaining balance. They breathe through their gills. They mostly undergo external fertilization. Fishes have many smaller groups. There are the jawless fishes, which include lampreys and hagfishes. Their mouths are equipped with sharp teeth, which enable them to cling and attach to other fish. They feed on other fish, sucking out their fluids and drawing out their internal organs. Sharks, rays, and skates are cartilaginous fishes. Their skeleton is made of cartilage instead of bones. They are mostly found in warm, tropical seas. Sharks live in the open part of the sea and are considered the ultimate hunters, while rays and skates live at the bottom of the sea and are not as aggressive as sharks. The largest group of fishes have bony skeletons. They are the most diverse of the fish groups. Most of the fishes you know belong to this group, such as milkfish, bangus, tilapia, and salmon. Bony fishes live in almost every aquatic environment, saltwater and freshwater. They have a gas-filled sac, known as a swim bladder, which helps them maintain balance. Their gills are covered and protected with a flap called an operculum. Amphibians, the land and water bridge. The word amphibia means double lives, which refers to the ability of the animals to live in both land and water. Frogs, toads, and salamanders are amphibians. They are also cold-blooded animals, which means their temperature depends on the temperature of their surroundings. They feed on insects, worms, and other animals. In order to live in both land and water, amphibians have legs instead of fins, as well as lungs for breathing air. Most amphibians also have thin, soft, and slimy skin, which is also used for breathing. The moist surface of their skin enables them to absorb oxygen from the air. Because of the need to keep their skin moist, amphibians are usually found in wet environments, such as ponds or swamps. In hot and dry days, they may bury themselves in mud to prevent their skin from drying up. Reptiles, masters of adaptation. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals. They can also live in both water and land, although they are more adapted and can live on land for long periods of time. This is because they have developed lungs as well as body structures that enable them to fully live on land. A reptile's body is covered with dry skin and hard scales. These prevent the loss of water from the body through evaporation. Their eggs have leathery shells, which make them adapted for developing on land. Snakes are reptiles without legs. Their long body is covered with scales. They do not have ears and only hear by sensing vibrations on surfaces. They can swallow prey that are larger than their mouths because their jaws can stretch. Contrary to common belief, only a few snakes are poisonous. However, they can still cause injuries with their fangs and flexible body. Lizards have scales like snakes, but they have legs. They can climb trees and hold onto objects with their toes. The microscopic hairs on their feet enable some of them to climb walls and walk on ceilings without falling. turtles and tortoises are special reptiles because their soft body is covered with a shell made of bones. Their backbone and ribs are attached to the shell. Some turtles have strong beaks that they use to capture food. They can also live to more than 100 years. Bird soaring through the skies. Birds are warm-blooded animals. They are able to regulate their body's temperature. They remain active in cold and warm climates. They have a respiratory system that includes air sacs, which give them a unique mechanism for breathing. Most birds can fly with a few exceptions, such as emu, penguin, and kiwi. Even chickens can fly short distances. This is because birds have very light bodies, which consists of hollow bones. They also possess flight feathers, found in wings and tails, which are arranged in a way that help carry and lift the bird up in the air. Different birds have different body structures that help them adapt to their environment. Perching birds. These birds have feet that are formed in such a way that they can easily clasp a tree branch. Their beaks are long, thin, and strong enough to crack nuts or open tree barks. Woodpecker, sparrows, larks, and crows are perching birds. Water birds. These birds have long and flat beak and webbed feet. They stay in water most of the time to get their food. Examples are ducks, geese, and swans. Flightless birds. These birds have small wings and a big body, so they cannot fly. Many flightless birds live in large open spaces in the deserts and plains. An example is the ostrich that makes use of its long legs for running and kicking its enemies. Birds of prey. Eagles and hawks are birds of prey. They have strong and curved beaks to tear their prey into pieces. They have talons or sharp claws to grasp and hold their prey. Mammals, warm-blooded and diverse. The term mammals came from the Greek word mama, which means breast. They are the only group of animals with mammary glands which produce milk to nourish their young. All mammals are warm-blooded. They are able to self-regulate their internal temperature. Their bodies are covered in fur or hair that serves as protection. They have more developed organ systems too. Their heart has 4 chambers to efficiently circulate blood, and a strong diaphragm assists their breathing. Most mammals have 2 sets of limbs used extensively for movement and obtaining food. They also grow 2 sets of teeth, the first set being milk teeth, which are then eventually replaced by a second set called permanent teeth. For most mammals, the young develops inside the female's body. They are born in a form that resembles the parent, such as the marsupials and placental mammals. Placental mammals are the most common type of mammals. Their young develop inside their uterus, with a placenta that gives them nourishment. After a certain time, they are born alive. On the other hand, marsupials or pouched mammals keep their young in pouches as they continue to develop and grow. While in the pouch, the young suck their mother's milk for nourishment. Kangaroos and koalas are marsupials. Some mammals give birth to their offspring by other means, such as the monotremes. Monotremes, such as the spiny anteater and duck-billed platypus, are egg-laying mammals. They share more characteristics with reptiles than mammals. Their mammary glands are also not as developed. Mammals come in different forms and sizes, from small rodents to large whales and elephants. The primates, such as monkeys, apes, and humans, are the most advanced of mammals. Their higher levels of intelligence come primarily from their larger brains.